Hi, my name is Amanda Hartman and I'm one of the speech pathologists here on the team at AssistiveWare, and today we are looking at Proloquo4Text. So you've started using Proloquo4Text and now you want to make it suit your needs. This video will give you some tips and tricks for how you edit the messages and content in the quick blocks. This is vital so that Proloquo4Text has the things you need to say on it. Let's open the app now. To edit content, we go into edit mode by tapping the pencil. Tap the pencil, and this is edit mode, and click done to close. There is a pencil on both sides. Both take you to edit mode. The quick block you first see to edit will be the one you were looking at when you press the pencil. For example, if I'm looking at this quick talk block, and then I press the edit pencil, then first up in edit mode, I can start editing the quick talk block. These three blue buttons give you your main tools for editing. Select, so you can select items to edit. Action, which allows you to do actions to selected items like delete, cut, copy, or paste. And then add, which allows you to add content in a variety of ways. Pressing at the top of the quick block column allows me to tap through the different quick blocks that can be edited in edit mode. As you can see, we can edit the content and messages in phrases, quick talk, and history. Let's look at how we can edit each of these blocks. With the history block, you can delete messages, perhaps ones that you don't want seen. For example, I don't think I want people to know that I like dancing, just for an example. So I tap select at the bottom left corner and then I select the sentence. Just note, whenever I select the sentence, I can see a preview of that sentence on the right-hand side of my display. Anyway, with my sentence selected, I then tap action and then delete. Then I click done in the bottom left corner when I'm finished deleting. Also in history, you can select and then copy and paste a message. Perhaps there's a message in history that is said often, or you want to save it for later. We can paste it into phrases. So I'm going to tap select in the bottom left corner again. And then I'm going to select a sentence, this one, about what I did on the weekend, because this will be good to add to my stories and news folder so I can tell my friends later. So I've selected it and now I tap action and I'm going to select copy. This sentence has now been copied. So now I'm going to tap at the top of the block to get back to my phrases. And now I'm going to find the folder or the category where I want to paste that sentence. In this case, it's news and stories. So I tap it and then I tap the action button again on the bottom menu. And this time I'll select paste. My sentence has now been copied from history into this category, stories and news. I can click done to exit edit mode. And here is my sentence.
On the weekend I watched the baseball game.
And that's ready for me to tell my friends my latest news. Now let's look at some ways to edit the phrase and quick talk blocks. Let's go back into edit mode by tapping the pencil. Each item and category in these blocks can be changed. They can be hidden, the background color can be changed, and the text that is spoken can be edited. Also, new messages and categories can be added quickly and easily. So let's look at the phrases and in particular the About Me category. At the top for every category, we can edit the label. So I can say not just about me, but I want to call it About Me, Amanda. And I can change the background color for that category to be green because I like green. Maybe darker green. And then back. As you can see, I can also hide categories. But let's click back to phrases, and you can see here my About Me Amanda category is now green, and I've also had changed the label to it. So you can see those changes here. Looking here, we can see categories that have already been put into Proloquo4Text. You will find it useful to hide or show these different categories. For example, if I don't have an Apple Watch down the bottom here, I can tap that category and change it to hidden. Go back. Now it is grayed out in edit mode and will no longer appear in my phrases. Alternatively, if I have to negotiate a lot as I manage my transportation, I may select that category because it's currently grayed out and slide the toggle so it's no longer hidden. Go back. It is now black in edit mode and will be seen in my phrases. So we'll click done, and we can see in my phrases here, I have a green category that I changed, the Apple Watch is gone, and now transportation is there. Those are just some quick ways to edit the existing categories in Proloquo4Text. Let's make some edits to individual messages now as we go back into edit mode. So in phrases, go to About Me. I can click on the different messages here and edit the content easily. So I tap Name and I click in the Text to Speak field at the top, and I can add my name, Amanda. This is the text that will be spoken and sent to the text pad. I can also change the label here too. This is the text that will be shown on the label in the phrases menu. Whilst it is probably easiest to leave these other settings shown here at the defaults, be aware that if you ever needed to make changes to just this message, my name is Amanda, that I can change the background color or even change the voice properties for just this message. Let's edit another now. So I'm going to add my address. So I click address and I'm going to type in my address. 123 Happy Street in Brisbane, Australia.
My address is 123 Happy Street.
So it's as easy as that, editing the content that's already in there. I can also hide messages. So I might not want to share my work phone. So if I click on work phone, and now I can slide the hidden toggle here to off. And now the work phone is grayed out and will not be seen in this category in phrases. These edits I made in phrases can also be made in Quick Talk. So I'll back out of About Me, back up to phrases, and now I'm going to tap at the top of the Quick Block column to get to my Quick Talk messages. And now I can tap on individual messages to edit them. I can change the color on my label for please. And maybe I might want to edit the text in fine. So instead of saying, so I'm going to click fine and click in the text to speech field. And instead of saying I'm fine, I want to say I'm fantastic. Thanks.
I'm fantastic. Thanks.
I'll also now need to edit the label to say fantastic. And now I'm going to say done up the top here, and we can see my new Quick Talk message.
I'm fantastic. Thanks.
Which is far more interesting than just saying I'm fine. Anyway, I'm now going to go back into edit mode because I want to show you that we can copy and paste and move messages around. For example, my new I'm fantastic message, I can copy that into another category. So I find my I'm fantastic message. I tap the select button in the bottom left corner, and then I tick select that message. Please note that I can select more than one message at a time to copy, but let's just select the fantastic message today. And then in my actions down the bottom, I'm going to select copy that I'm fantastic message has now been copied. Also to note here, if I actually wanted to move the message, not just simply copy it, then I would select cut here from my actions. And this would cut the message or remove the message from this category so that it could be pasted into another category. But I am, as I said, copying my fantastic message, so I'm sticking to that. I now navigate to the location to where I want to copy it to. So I tap at the top of my block to go back to phrases. And then I'm going to open my social category. And now I'm going to tap actions again at the bottom. This time I'll select paste. And my message, I'm fantastic, thanks, has now been copied. And actually, while we're here in this category, just let me show you two things. Firstly, I can select multiple items to make changes to a number of messages at a time. So let's tap these 4 messages here. And I would like to change the background color of these messages, all of them at the same time, to blue. Unselect those ones. Or maybe there's a group of messages in here that I might wish to hide. So I select them and then I turn them to hidden and they'll be grayed out. Secondly, while I'm in select mode, I can reorder the words. I press on the 3 bars at the end of the message and I can drag the messages up and down. I select Done in the bottom left corner to leave this select mode. And let's go back to the top of my phrases. Just like I moved the position of the phrases in that social category, I can also move around the words in Quick Talk. While in edit mode, I tap at the top of the block to move to my Quick Talk block. I then tap and hold my finger down on any of the words in the grid until it is selected and slightly pulsing. I then drag it to an alternative position on the grid. So far we have made a few changes and edits to the content already in Proloquo4Text, but we can also add both messages and categories. So let's try that now. Firstly, let's add a new category. Perhaps I have a special interest that I talk about often, and I could create a new category for this. So this time I tap Add, which is the third blue tool that's at the bottom of my column here. So I click Add, and this time I say Add a category. Today I want to talk about sports. So let's add that. Now I'm going to put my keyboard away, and now I can see sports listed amongst my other phrase categories. I can double tap on it to open it up, and now I'm ready to add some items or messages. Whenever I'm in any category, I can add new items or messages. Let's add a few new items for our new sports category. So I click Add Item, and I simply type in what time is the game.
What time is the game?
And put my keyboard down. So let's add another one. So I click Add and Add Item. Keep your eye on the ball.
Keep your eye on the ball.
Put my keyboard down, and now I can see I've got 2 new messages that I can use when I want to talk about sports. So you can keep adding items like that. So let's go back. Another idea might be to create an out and about category. So we're going to add that. And here it is. Now perhaps during an outing with an AAC user, together you've brainstormed some good messages that you need for when you're out and about. Now you've typed them out the possible messages and emailed them to yourself. So let's open up an email with some messages in it. So I'm going to open the email now. Now, what I want to do is I want to create some items or buttons messages from this text. So I hold down my finger on the words and I select the text. Once I've selected the text, I can say copy. And now I go back into Proloquo4Text and I'm already in my out and about category. So now I click add. And this time I'll say add items from the clipboard. I get a choice here because you can see it has detected 6 lines of text on the clipboard and it wants to know whether you want to create multiple items so that all 6 lines of text will be added as separate messages, or to create a single item where the whole block of text will be just on a single item or message. In this case, I will create multiple items and the text will be pasted in now. And now I have some messages all ready for next time I am out. So I click done for that. And I'm going to go back to my phrases. Let's click done now to leave edit mode. If I write something in my text pad, I can also add that as an item into my phrases or quick talks to use later. So let's type. Can we go to the shops?
Can we go to the shops?
So I've written that message in my text pad and now I want to add it to my phrases. So I'm going to click the pencil to enter edit mode. And this time I'm thinking I might open up my quick sentences and add it there. So this time when I say add, I've got another option that is add the item from the text pad. And when I do that, you can see the type message from the text pad has now been added to my phrases, so I can use that sentence later. What about another quick way to create a phrase from the text written in the text pad? Click done to exit edit mode and type another sentence you wish to add to quick sentences. So I'll type, I want to go outside.
I want to go outside.
Now I hold my finger down on this text in the text pad and then I choose select all. Once I've done this, I have another cool option that pops up in this bar above the sentence, and that is create phrase. So when I select this, you can see that the text in my text pad is automatically added to the phrase menu. In this example, I had quick sentences opened, so that is where the phrase is added. So it's added to whatever category you have open at the time. But that's a fast way to add a phrase. I have one last example to show you, and that is about adding item, but then setting it as an abbreviation to demonstrate abbreviation expansion. This is a way an AAC user can type a few letters to get a whole message said quickly. So I'm in edit mode and I'm going to add a social abbreviation. So I'm going to go to my social page and I'm going to click add and I'm going to add an item. Now firstly I type in the full message I want to be spoken. In this case, be right back.
Be right back.
Next I can see the label has the text, which I could change if I wanted to, BRB. And then the next field is where I add the abbreviation. So I'm going to type in BRB and now I'm going to say done so that we can test it out. So I type in BRB and space.
Be right back.
And you can see it expanded to be right back. And because I included punctuation in the text when I added it, it means that it's spoken aloud when it's used in the text pad. So you can spend hours in here changing and editing the content, or you can do a little bit at a time and set it up as you go. Remember that communication changes and moves so fast at times, so being able to edit on the run is really valuable. And so now you have Proloquo4Text all set up just the way you like it. It is now probably a good time to think about backing up. So you need to save your customizations. It is important to regularly make backups to store outside of your device, just in case anything ever happens to your device. There are a few ways to back up, and for more information about how you might back up and restore, then please refer to the PDF tutorials on this topic on the website. If I want help from within the app, I can access that via the options. I click the options cog at the top and I scroll to support, and then I open the manual. And I can see here I have a section on edit mode, and this will give me some information about how I can edit content in Proloquo4Text. This video was all about customizing the content in Proloquo4Text. Please check our website for more resources and videos to support you using Proloquo4Text. Thank you.